All right, good morning, everyone. My name is Captain Lee. I'm the Executive Officer of FRC Southwest, and welcome to Safety Standown. Is everybody here from FRC Southwest? It's a huge crowd. I never know how big this place is until I see this, right? When I was coming to work this morning, I saw everybody walking over, and I thought, oh my God, some of these sailors are going to think the zombie apocalypse is here. They don't even know what's going on. All right, I appreciate everybody coming out here for this. This is hugely important. Safety is the thing that keeps us going because every single person of FRC Southwest is valuable, and valuable to our organization and to the country and to the Navy. What you guys do is critically important for the warfighter out on the pointy end of the spear for us. And so our ability to keep everybody safe and at work every day is critically important, and this is an important part of that. So I'm asking you all to please pay attention today. We are on a positive trend. Last year we had, I think, 69 reported injuries, and this year we are already tracking to a much lower number than that, and that is due to everyone's diligence and their ability to do their job safely and pay attention to what's going on around them and take care of each other. So I won't get in the way of the event today. We want to get through this and get the next audience in here this afternoon. But I ask you all, please pay attention. I thank you for your attention. I thank you for what you do every day to make FRC Southwest the greatest FRC in the Navy. And I just can't wait to spend the next 3 years watching this place grow and get better and better as we implement NSS and change the way we do our business for the warfighter. So,
start this off with a video. It's going to reveal some eye-popping numbers of what's happening on our Navy networks. And then we're going to talk about another aspect of safety in our modern lives, and that's our digital safety, because it's a brave new world. And of course, the IT guy has problems with
cyber attacks, intrusions, attempts, and probes are happening every hour, every minute of every day. The threat is real. It comes from a variety of sources, including nation states, profit-motivated criminals, and ideologically motivated hackers, extremists, and terrorists. Our Navy networks, our systems, and you are under attack. The Navy must operate its IT networks like a warfighting platform. With the increase of cyber threats across the globe, the Navy is hardening another weapon system essential for effective operations, its networks, both afloat and ashore. NMCI serves 700,000 users in 2,500 locations that send more than 33 million weekly email messages. NMCI prevents more than 231 million unauthorized intrusion attempts per month. It blocks 3.5 million spam messages per month. The Canes Tactical Afloat Network serves as the cyber platform for more than 200 applications and connected systems, including data, transport, systems management, voice, and video. However, humans still remain the weakest link in cybersecurity. Successfully defeating our adversaries in the cyber realm is an all-hands effort. Installations and modernization of C4I systems, security upgrades, and patches, and proper network configurations are important pieces to staying safe. But ultimately, you are the first and most important line of defense. Follow the guidance provided to you. Stop and think before you click, and always think about cybersecurity before exposing the network via spam and phishing attempts. Cybersecurity demands constant vigilance. You can make all the difference by working together to keep our Navy network safe and secure.
Everyone watch the video again? Just kidding. The big number that's important there is 231 million intrusion attempts on the NMCI every month. That translates to roughly 8 attacks per second. That's every second of every day, all the time. And this video is a couple years old, so the numbers are increasing. And that's just one network. There's thousands of networks across the federal government, state governments, local governments. There's a cyber war underway right now. It's been going on for a long time. Just because we don't see it every day doesn't mean it's not happening behind the scenes. It's a war of data. Whoever gets the data wins. If our adversary is able to get the specifications of our weapon systems, they can neutralize those weapon systems. So when wars and conflicts go kinetic, it doesn't work. Does everyone remember the OPM hack of 2015? Yeah, that was a big deal. If you were a federal employee from 2015 and before, you were affected. Let's talk about the statistics the numbers that came right out of OPM. 4.2 million employees complete and total personnel files. At any given time, there's only about 2 million federal employees. So it's a safe bet to say they got almost everybody, if not everybody, all of your files. 5.6 million digital fingerprints, high-resolution fingerprints. Oh, and by the way, cheap technology exists out there to replicate and print fingerprints. 21.5 million SF-86s. That's your security clearance questionnaire. Everybody remember doing your security clearance? All the things that you put on there, where you've lived, where you've worked, who you know, your relatives, embarrassing information like maybe criminal history, mental health issues, drug abuse, alcohol.
It's all there.
It's all there. And it was stolen. The purpose of telling you this and reminding you this is not to scare you. It's just you have to be mindful that your data is out there, and our adversaries have complete personnel profiles of us. So when we're going out there into cyberspace, it's important to keep that in mind because they can locate you and find you if they choose to easily. So how are they able to do this to us? A malicious software is the answer. Those are the bullets and bombs of the digital realm. Viruses, macro scripts, they all have different purposes, but they're all ultimately to do one thing: to steal our data, destroy our systems, and ultimately exercise a form of control. So how do you prevent it? First thing is you got to have a robust security suite. On the NMCI, that's done for you. On your personal computers and your phones, you should definitely have a security suite. It's as if you lived in the most dangerous neighborhood in the world, the internet. You live there, and you don't have an alarm system on your house. Update your systems as soon as you can. All those constant updates, that we get on the NMCI, your computer's not slow because it hates you. Well, maybe it does. But there's a lot of security stuff going on in the background, and it's there to protect you and keep malicious code and payloads from coming into the network. But again, if you don't protect your personal devices, where you might have emailed yourself a file back and forth for school or something like that, they cross-contaminate. So if you don't update your patches, think about it like this. It's as if the police went to your house to inform you, hey, half of the keys out there floating in the neighborhood, they work on your front door, and we're letting everyone know. Would you change your locks on your front door? I would. So change the locks and secure your digital houses. Scan all the files before you upload them to any of your devices. Don't email anything that seems suspicious around. Accessing web links, buttons, and graphics in emails and web pages. You have to think about, when you look at a web page or an email, it's not just like a digital piece of paper. It's not like a TV where it's read-only. It's an interactive piece of software. Be like Neo in the Matrix and see the code there. There's scripts and plugins and all kinds of things. When you click on something, you're saying, give me data. Send me that data. And if it's a malicious link, it'll send you bad data that can control your system and steal your information. When they get into your systems or our networks, they can scrape all the data. They can mine the data. And what's something that they can get? Well, they can get all your contact history, all of the emails you've ever sent, and all of that contact information. Next slide. And that can bring you into one of the most common things that we deal with, and that's phishing. Phishing is where a legitimate, it's designed to look like a legitimate email or a legitimate message from a reputable source, and they try to trick you into providing information like passwords, things like that, or clicking on links that will bring software into the network. But it's a misrepresentation, and it's trying to affect your human behavior to get the malicious software into the network so they can maintain control. To avoid this on specifically the NMCI system, everybody remember their cybersecurity challenge? Remember the digital certificate on your emails, that ribbon? Always look for that ribbon. Then you know that someone is a legitimate sender, because it takes the digital certificate that's on the Common Access Card credential, and it verifies that's an authenticated user. In your personal lives, it's just your best guess. But one of the things is, if you're, let's say you're going to the news, it's www.foxnews.com, and you know it's a fake URL. They're trying to get you to click on something that's not legitimate. So remote access is a big problem. One of the biggest problems is physical access to these devices. You might have heard, don't ever plug anything into the USB devices of the computers. No matter all the firewalls in the world, all the software there to prevent a remote access tool coming in or software coming in, when you plug something into an actual computing device, you're circumventing all of it. That's one of the biggest threats we face. So if there's one thing you remember from this briefing, don't ever plug anything into the USB devices on the NMCI network. Not only are you making the network vulnerable in doing so, we're going to detect it on the network. You're going to have problems logging in. It's going to create some punitive actions. So just don't ever plug anything into the computer, especially cell phones. Remember, if you don't have a robust security software on your cell phones, for example, or if they got compromised in some way and you don't know about it, and you plug them into NMCI, you're infecting our network. Your one action affects everybody in this room, just like with the OPM hack. Social media. What a great invention. Brings people around from all over the world. Who has Facebook? Does anybody use Facebook in the room? Yeah? You guys are all crazy who has Facebook. It's a great thing. It brings people together. It brings data together, provides a lot of services. But it's a gold mine for criminals. It's a gold mine for foreign intelligence services. Remember the SF-86? They know who you are. They know where to find you. They know how to compromise you now. They can go in because they have your whole history in front of them, and they can start building rapport with you. They can start trying to leverage things and get you to act against your own best interests and our interests as a nation. When you establish your social media account, never represent that you're a member of the government. Keep your profile private. Only put the limited amount of information necessary to maintain your account. And don't speak for the government. Don't talk about things that have to do with work. It's bad OPSEC. You're advertising operational data, even if it's low-level things. You times that by everybody in the room, and I can start to formulate a picture about what FRC Southwest does, about the timelines, about how many jets they could push out in a certain given area. I can put it all together because you're advertising it for free. I know you're proud about what you do and what we're accomplishing, but the whole world doesn't have to know about that. Keep that private. When you're being contacted on the internet, do you actually know who that person is necessarily? Remember the SF-86. You're out there, you can be a target easily. When a spy reaches out to you, they don't say, hello, I'm a spy with the Russian government. I would like you to betray your country. Would you like to participate? That's not how they start out. They might start out saying like, hey, we like the same football team, this, that, we share the same political views. They build rapport. They cultivate a relationship. They make you their friend. And they have all the psychological tools at their disposal now to make that effective because of the internet and because of what happened with the OPM hack. So be very, very skeptical about who contacts you on the internet. And if you were able to identify it's a foreign national, you're supposed to notify the security office. The security office can liaise with NCIS, and they know a lot more than we do about what's going on behind the scenes, about who these people are, about what profiles they're using to contact us. So, if you feel like you're being cultivated by any kind of foreign national, or you have an aggressive foreign national wanting to build a friendship with you over the internet or over social media, you contact the security office and report it. It's very, very important. The CAT card, the CAT credential. You might have heard a rumor that we had a CCRI recently. One of the things that everybody was always told is don't leave your CAT unattended. It's not just your ID card. That's an authentication token for a protected domain. It takes something you have, the physical card itself, and something you know, your PIN number, you put it together, and you're an authenticated user on the domain. Don't ever tell anybody your PIN. Don't ever leave your card unprotected. If someone's able to put those two things together, they're able to get in the network because they're an authenticated user. They're able to leverage that. And then you will be blamed for it because your account's the ones in use. Always remove your CAC when you leave your workstation. If you're going to leave it for an extended period of time, and I would say more than 60 seconds, I would log off of the network rather than just leave it locked in. When you pull the CAC out of you're actually still logged in. If anything happens to that machine at that time, it's attributed to your account. Log off. At the end of every day, restart the computer. Let those security patches work. It makes the system stronger. It hardens it, so it's harder to hack it. We truly live in an era where a person on a keyboard can do the same kind of damage in the bombs and missiles of old. Someone from a keyboard can launch code that can render fleets neutralized. Our ability to detect and attack neutralized. Everything's interconnected now. Your personal digital footprint is intertwined with your professional lives in regards to the trust invested in you and the privileges granted in your access to government systems. A compromise in one affects the other. It's all connected now. Navigate your cyber realm carefully because it has far-reaching impact and it matters. So click accordingly. Thank you.
All right, here we go. Our next presenter will be from the Environmental Office, Mr. Benjamin Green.
Thank you, Mr. Morning, FRC Southwest. My name is Benjamin Green. I am the Energy and Water Conservation Program Manager. Today we'll be discussing ways we can all work together towards our common goal. Can I get my first slide up there as well? Energy and water conservation. So energy efficiency, you make it happen. In maintaining mission readiness, all employees bear the responsibility for being good energy stewards that value responsible use of resources, aligned with energy governance to accomplish the goal of responsible use of resources aligned with energy governance. All personnel take it upon themselves to use energy wisely. Together we can transform the way that we do so. Energy is the power behind a successful mission, and the more efficiently we can use it, the more successful we will be. When employees understand they are a part of something bigger, they feel empowered to think more critically, try new approaches, and find the next solution. With the understanding of why comes the inspiration, the urgency to respond and to take action from Vice Admiral Dean Peters, Commander Navarre. FRC Southwest spent an average of $12.7 million on utilities over the last 5 years. This includes an average of $5 to $6 million a year. More importantly, the completing the task at hand the task is done safely and correctly, of course, but the task at hand cannot be accomplished without our equipment and facilities, and how we use and take care of them enables mission accomplishment. Using energy efficiently is all about doing things smartly, safely, and good housekeeping in general. 3 pillars of our energy and water conservation program at FRC Southwest: energy conservation awareness, energy management control system, energy conservation projects. All of these aspects affect you and your workplace in one way or another. So energy conservation awareness. You make it happen, what can you do? We compiled a short list of a few conservation and good housekeeping tips we'd like to discuss. For lights and equipment, please turn off equipment and lights in shelves and offices at the end of the day, on weekends and on holidays. Natural elastic lighting, please use whenever possible. It goes without saying that turning off lights and equipment when they're not in use is best practice, if it can be done so safely. Please ensure that you leave lights on in large office and industrial areas for egress purposes. For computers, this bullet should say do a green shutdown at the end of each day so your computer can receive IT and security updates. Make sure your monitor is programmed to turn off after a period of inactivity. The U.S. Department of Energy recommends no more than a 20-minute delay before your monitor goes to sleep. Please use when an air conditioner is in use, please close your doors and vents of unused rooms to avoid cooling those areas. Whenever practical, use natural cooling and ventilation rather than AC. Unnecessary lights, particularly LEDs can generate a significant amount of heat. So turn off unnecessary lights to increase the effectiveness, or will increase the effectiveness of your air conditioning system. For space heaters, these use space heaters only where necessary. Space heaters must be electric and authorized by NAVFAC Public Works Department. Electric space heaters without tip-over protection will not be approved. Refrigerators should serve 8 people at a minimum. And please, when you're utilizing your refrigerator, please ensure it's not overly full. If it's not overly full, it allows it to work much more efficiently, much more effectively. For personal appliances, refrigerators, personal microwaves, heaters, other appliances are prohibited due to regional Navy fire safety regulations. And anything on your portable surge protector besides your computer and peripheral equipment is also not approved by regional regulations. Next slide, please. Do your part, be energy smart, make trouble calls for leaking water. According to the Environmental Protection Agency, a leaky faucet that drips at a rate of 1 drop per second wastes 60 gallons of water a week. The average American shower uses 2.1 gallons of water a minute. That's a 28.5-minute shower, and $1.37 per week over at cost FRC Southwest for a leaky faucet. Hissing compressed air joints. We have more compressed air available for the mission if we can keep compressed air leaks to a minimum. Broken sensors, steam leaks, again, more heating capability available for the mission. For wash racks and environmental controls, by keeping leaks to a minimum and addressing them as soon as possible. Stuck doors and windows that won't close and worn out weather stripping around doors in environmentally controlled areas, please make a trouble call for, and anything else you would fix within your own home. The patrol desk on the slide. Next slide. Okay, FRC Southwest utilizes an energy management control system to remotely control or monitor lighting, temperature, and air compressors at 19 of our facilities, including all of our largest industrial and office facilities with the exception of Building 325. The EMCS allows us to control and monitor energy use on site. The following examples are items you can look for to find energy savings within our EMCS. For lighting, a lot of our lights at these larger office and industrial facilities have automatic schedules. So it can be turned on or off according to a schedule. Perhaps a motion sensor would be appropriate. In some of these areas, generally areas where we have more in and out traffic, like restrooms, but less permanent traffic, like or occupancy, like our large industrial areas that are usually occupied, and office areas are best for motion sensors. For air handlers, conditioners, rooms can be, and we see this a lot in a lot of our facilities, a lot of rooms are overly cooled or overly heated, and that's cooling below 76 degrees Fahrenheit. So we see a lot of times air conditioners cooling to 65 or 68 degrees. We'll talk later on that will go into that in a little more detail. When a space is being heated or cooled appropriately, we can use, if it's not being heated or cooled appropriately, we can use the EMCS to optimize the HVAC operation, and that'll allow us to more effectively heat or cool other areas of the facility. For compressed air, we have solar compressors that service FRC Southwest facilities. Many of these compressors have programmable on-off schedules. Are your facilities compressors running when compressed air is not needed, or are they not running when they are needed? Please ensure that your building manager or an energy manager are aware of your operational schedules so that we can ensure that your facility has compressed air when you need it and not when you don't. This will help us reduce equipment wear and tear and make sure that the compressor is ready when you need it. please contact your building manager or energy manager if you notice an opportunity for energy savings through EMCS. So, despite our best efforts, our buildings and their equipment age breakdown, when they do, it is the responsibility of 6-3 to return us to full mission capability. They do so by applying DoD and Navy safety, environmental, and energy efficiency requirements to our process-driven design criteria. Except for individual system components, energy regulations require us to install only the most life cycle cost-effective equipment available. Adhering to these requirements, as well as safety and environmental obligations, takes time and the expertise of many individuals, but it also encourages continuous improvement for our capabilities. We're also required to periodically evaluate systems and processes for ways to improve efficiency, optimize their operation, and to implement these improvements if they are found to be cost-effective. We have many tools in our toolbox we've utilized to great effect in recent years to implement these improvements. Please don't be shy about sharing any ideas you may have for energy conservation and optimization within our facilities groups or an energy manager, and we will do our best to evaluate and implement these improvements. Wrapping up with a few more best practices for energy conservation. If we treat every workday, when your workplace will be inoccupied, I should say, like a shutdown, we'll see substantial reductions in energy consumption. We've seen plant-wide energy reductions of over 40% during past holiday shutdown periods, relative to normal work weeks and weekends. Extrapolated to 2 days a week over the course of a typical month, that's an 11% reduction. Within the last 3 holiday periods, we've seen reductions of over 50% during shutdown periods at 3 facilities. The paint complex in building 378 and 325, over 60% at the test line in 317, and over 70% of a reduction from regular electricity consumption in building 75. Please set your summer cooling temperatures to no lower than 76 degrees, and do not prop open doors and windows in occupied areas. You see the chart at the bottom of the screen. I don't know how well you can see that in the back, but the chart on the screen shows how consumption increases per degree below 78 degrees by percentage. If we get down to 69, 68 degrees, that's a 42% increase in our air conditioner's energy consumption. So it goes without saying, during occupied hours, secure cooling systems, except if required for equipment temperature requirements, and report any related energy or water concerns to your trouble desk, your building manager, or FRC energy managers. When in doubt, please point it out. Next slide. And our contact information on the board. Thank you very much. Have a great day.
Give me 1 second. All right. Thank you, Benjamin. And just on a side note, I've never heard anybody break a mic with their voice alone. That is impressive. Very nice. All right. I don't know why everybody gave up on the clicker. Maybe because it doesn't work, right? That's one. Okay. So our next presentation will be Hazardous Communications. Will be myself. Don't worry, I'm not going to bore you to death. At least I hope not. There you go. So this is it. My basic talking points, and it will be brief. I promise you. And it is where you can get an SDS, who can obtain an SDS, and just general familiarization with your SDS and the hazardous materials around you. First off, where can you get one? Sources of an SDS. You can get one, and they're not going to like you for doing this, but building 446, the central warehouse. If you ever need one, if for some reason you can't get one from your supervisor or yourself, that's the place to go. They'll have everything, I promise you. Other places to get your SDS, the environmental page on the SharePoint, Hazardous Material Management System. You might not all know what that is. You're saying, what is that? I don't know. I don't even have that. You're probably right. Not everybody has that system. But if you do, that's a great place to get them. HMIRS, again, you must have an account. Manufacturer's website. And there's an application on the phone. I'm sure, I doubt anybody's going to download it right now. But if you wanted to, it's called Wiser. SDS. It is every employee's responsibility to review the SDS prior to the handle, use, or disposal of a hazardous material in order to understand the exposure risk and what to do to minimize them. Basically, we want you to be familiar with what you're working with. I know SDS gets thrown around a lot, but it's really for your benefit. We want you to know what you're working with. Some of us are aware of it because we do it every day. Some of us might be in an office. We walk around once in a while, so we don't really know what we're dealing with. And it's very important to know what we're dealing with so we know how to combat that and prevent and minimize our exposure to that. There are a couple of ways to be exposed to this. It can be absorbed through your skin, inhaled through dust, fumes, or vapors, ingested, and introduced by contaminated objects that can puncture the skin. So for example, you're working, grinding away, doing your thing. Next you know, you go to the lunchroom, and I see it every day. People don't wash their hands. I know it's very basic. We're taught this as children. We still don't do it. It happens. And we don't think about it. But I wish you would. When you're standing away, getting all your work done, and now you want to go have lunch, all that stuff you're working with is now on your hands. And now your hands are on your food, and now that food's in your mouth. And then you get sick, and that's what we want to avoid. We don't want anybody to get sick or injured at work. We want you to go home the way you came to work, in the best condition possible. Health hazards. There's two categories, I should say. Acute, and that's effects that are results of immediate exposure, such as a burn or a rash. So this is immediate. This happens right away. You'll notice. You get cut, you gotta notice right away, right? There's chronic. Effects result from prolonged exposure. It may not show up for many years after you've been exposed. And this is where your IH surveys come in. And you should all be aware of an IH, your Industrial Hygiene Survey. It's very important, and I always tell everybody that goes through NEO, keep a copy of everything, especially your IH survey. You want to keep that for your records later on in the day, because you never know. You might retire. You might spend 40 years here, and you may never have a sick day. But sometimes, and it's known to happen, you retire, guess what? Now you're coughing up your lungs, and then you want to know why. And that's when your IH surveys come in. You want to keep those. They're very important. I can't stress enough. Again, the important thing is to remember about your health and the effects that your work can have on it. It's unlikely to occur if exposure is prevented or controlled. Again, be aware of what you're working with and how to prevent contact with that substance or that chemical. We do provide PPE, but remember, PPE is not our first choice. Our first choice is always engineering controls. We want to remove you completely from the hazard if possible. It's not always the case, but we try. Let's see. And here, this is, I know it's a lot of rain, you probably can't see it, but this is our OSHA quick cards. This is where we get our rules from. It's not just the safety office, us, and environmental telling you what to do because we feel like it. No, we just disseminate this information to you. We're your go in between. And the ones I want you to focus on, if you look at your SDS in that way, as I wish you would be Section 4, your first aid measures. Everybody assumes, get something in your eye, what's the first thing we do? We run to an eye wash station, right? We throw water in our eyes. That is not always the case. And this is why you need to be familiar with your SDS. Some chemicals, that's the exact opposite of what you want to do. It'll tell you, don't rinse out with water, contact 911 immediately. And it's known to happen where people get something in their eye, they run into the eye wash station, and they start going at it, and now you just made it worse. You spread that chemical throughout your eye, and it goes everywhere. And that's why they don't want you to use water. There we go. Another one, pictograms. Everybody remembers the MSDSs, that's the old stuff, right? Now we're using SDS, that's the new standard. And with that comes pictograms. We made it a lot easier to understand what you're working with. You don't have to read pages and pages of your SDS anymore. Now you have pictograms. They'll show you right away what the hazards are, whether it be health, if they're flammable, explosives, which most of you don't have to deal with. But for those of you who do, you know what's going on. Corrosion, gas cylinders, flame over circle, environment, and skull and crossbones. That's the one you don't want to see. If you do, give us a call. That's something we don't want to expose you to at all. And here are your references. There's a couple, I know, but the one you want to pay attention to is the HASCOM standard. And that is a 29 CFR 1910-1200. Again, I don't expect you to memorize it or even read it, but I would like you to question it. If something comes up and you have a concern, always feel free to reach out to the safety office. We can do all that boring reading for you and break it down. Because trust me, I read these every day and they do get pretty dull. Our HASCOM plan is another good one to look at. It's currently being rewritten, but we do have one up there, and that would be on the safety SharePoint. Again, something I'd like you to get familiar with, because it's for your benefit. It's not just for me. I don't get joy out of watching people read this stuff, but it's for your benefit. We want you to be safe. We want you to be healthy. We want to take care of you so that you can take care of each other. Finally, the points of contact. You have two big ones. You have your Environmental Protection Specialist, or HMCM. That is Ms. Diane Cordero. I'm sure many of you are aware of who she is or familiar with her. And then there's myself, the HASCOM Program Manager. We're in building 334. Safety is on the first floor. Environmental is on the mezzanine, not to be confused with the second floor. Happens all the time. Still happens to me once in a while. I get lost in that building. And that is your HASCOM presentation. Pretty painless, right? I hope so. Don't clap, I'm not done yet. You're trying to shoo me away, it's not. No, you got one, you got a little bit more of me left. The next one is our hearing conservation. This is a big one for me. Why? Because nobody listens. Alright, here we go. See? Hearing loss, here we go. Okay, I can't see. It's painless, permanent, progressive, and preventable. Most important of all, it's very preventable. And I'm going to go into that a little bit later on. Our next slide shows an example. The next two slides will show an example of how loud things can get and what we're exposed to. Right here we have what makes up jet noise, jet exhaust, right? And I put up a couple examples of different jets and how much they produce. Of course, the one we're familiar with is the Super Hornet, or even just the regular one. That is 140, and that's just a frame of reference again. And our limit is 85. So that just goes to show you, those of you guys on the flight line, this is what they get exposed to, and this is why it's so important for them and to be involved in the hearing conservation program. It's for your hearing. It's for your benefit again. It's not for me. It doesn't make any difference to me, to be honest with you. I'm not the one losing my hearing. Although I already deal with that. For those of you who've been in the military, especially in certain fields, you know, you get tinnitus. That's a big one. I have it, and it sucks. It really does. It becomes a problem. And I don't want anybody else to get it. We want to prevent that. And here's the next slide with more examples of noise, but it's more relevant to you. It's everyday stuff. The first two always freak me out. Because if you can read that, it says, sitting in the woods and sitting in the living room with the TV off. I don't know anybody who does that. If you do, you're creeping me out. I don't want to hang out with you. That's a little weird. The third one is your average street traffic. That's something we're all exposed to, right? 80 to 85 decibels. We're right there at the cutoff point, where we do not want you to be exposed to anything beyond that. But take a look at squeaky toys. That's way up there, isn't it? 110. So those of you with kids or fur babies, there you go. You can blame them for losing your hearing. And at the end, here we go. We have jet takeoff. Something we're exposed to, right? 130 and up. You're way past the marker. That's when we start bringing in noise-canceling headphones or double hearing protection. But again, if that's something you're going to be exposed to, we will know about it and we will let you know about it. And you will be enrolled in the hearing conservation program. Lots of fun there. How does loud sound damage hearing? Here we go. First one, sound loud enough to interfere with communication permanently damages tiny hair cells in the inner ear. So, if you're arm's length away from me and I have to yell at you, you're overexposed at that point. You need to go outside and move yourself as quickly as possible. I shouldn't have to yell at you for you to hear me. Second point, the hearing system is designed to provide the ability to hear quiet and distant noises. It has built-in amplifiers. outer hair cells. So we all got them. As embarrassing as they may be, some of them stick out, some of them don't. Depends on who you are. The outer hair cells are mechanically damaged by loud sounds. So sound, as most of you probably know, is vibration. That's how sound works. It gets picked up by the little hairs in your ear, and it gets converted into what we can recognize as sound. Here we go. I like this stuff right here. This is your normal hair cells. This is with a microscope, and you can see the little bristled little hairs in your ear. You see the smaller ones that would be the inner one, and then the longer ones would be, of course, the ones on the outside. And here's the damaged ones. You can see it looks like somebody took a weed whacker to them. And that's essentially what the sound is doing. Think of it as sound waves. It's just cutting like a blade. It's cutting those hairs in your ear. And the shorter they are, the less you can pick up. And that's why you lose your hearing. Normal and damaged hair cells, this is an example of what they look like even closer. You can see right there. At least I hope you can. If not, you might need site conservation. Okay, here we go. How do I know if sound is too loud? Hazardous noise levels may be present if you hear ringing or humming in your ears when you leave work. So don't get that confused with tinnitus. If you have tinnitus, you're past that point. You've already damaged your ears. Normally, if you do have ringing in your ears, it should go away. But again, if it doesn't, that's when you would come to us or consult your doctor. So you have to shout to be heard by a coworker at arm's length. Like I mentioned earlier, if I have to shout at you, it's too loud. We should go somewhere else. If you experience temporary hearing loss when leaving work, I hope that never happens. I've never had that happen personally, but that'd probably freak me out a little bit. If you're enrolled in a hearing conservation program, you're exposed to hazardous noise, like I mentioned before. And for those of you enrolled, you know who you are. We're talking about sheet metal mechanics. We're talking about our mechs out the test line. They know who they are. And there's a reason why they're in the program. One of the big things that I hear a lot is, well, I already have hearing loss. I don't care. I don't need to wear hearing protection. Or I can wear a hearing aid. And that's one of my pet peeves. People bring up hearing aids. Hearing aids don't bring your hearing back. They just amplify what little you have left. If you are completely deaf and you put a hearing aid on, it's not going to do you any good. Your hearing's gone. So please take it serious when it comes to your hearing. Like I said, everything we tell you is for your benefit. I know I probably sound like some of his parents, even though I think everybody's over my age. So that'd be pretty weird. Next one's the fun one. Here we go. I know this has been redundant. It seems a little childish for me to bring this up. But how to properly wear your earplugs. And there's various styles we have. The majority of people like to use the ones with the string because they're reusable and I guess they look cool. I don't know. They all look the same to me. But guess what? They're not the best for you. The best ones, believe it or not, are the foamies, the ones you have to roll up and stick in your ear. With that comes an actual way to do it properly. Roll it up right, roll it up, pull your ear back so it straightens out your ear canal, and then put it in your ear. And when I mean put it in your ear, I mean put it in there. Don't do what I see all the time and do the Frankenstein where it's sticking out halfway. It's not doing you any good. You should be able to rub your ear and feel it flush. If it's not flush, it's not doing you any good. And again, how to correctly wear them. There you go, right and wrong. But again, yeah, there's the Frankenstein one. That's my favorite. There you go. Self-checking. This is something I wish people would do more. I'm sure they don't, but again, it's for your benefit. Do a buddy exam. Have the guy you're working with or gal help you out. It might seem a little dumb, but hey, you should be watching out for each other anyways. No matter how big or small the job is. If it goes from putting your harness on to checking your earplug, you should have somebody watching your back. At least I would hope so. Otherwise I wouldn't hang out with them. They probably don't like you. Again, run your finger past your ear canal to check, make sure it's flush. Listen to your voice by counting to 5. Your voice should sound deeper and fuller or muffled. Like I had an example of that earlier. Do a tug test by gently tugging at the end of the earplug. This is for the ones with the string again. I prefer you not use those. I prefer you use the foamies. Listen to your voice and the sounds around you while you're cupping your hands over your ears. And then remove your hands. You should not notice a difference in sound. Pretty self-explanatory, right? halfway at you here, they're not helping you. If you look like a DJ, one earmuff over and the other one's just up here somewhere, you're doing it wrong. Sorry. You might look cool, I guess, but you're not helping yourself out. And again, remember, hearing loss is irreversible. Once you go deaf, that's it. It's gone. Don't rely on hearing aids. The technology's not there, at least not that I know of. If there is, it's awesome. If you can show me. I would like to know. If there's any questions, I know you guys want me to get off the stage already. I see you sleeping even in the dark. If you have any questions, we're in the safety office and we're just on Perez. But really, anybody in the safety office will be more than willing to help you out and answer any questions, even though we might take a little bit of time, because we don't always know everything. Roll the binder. Our next presenter will be the Fire Prevention Office, and it will be Inspector Marshall.
Good morning. So, first things first, I can't see in the back too well, but any active duty in here? No, mostly all civilian. So, my first general impression is we have a huge house of people. On top of that, there's a lot of experience in this room, so we'll get to the chase and speak to. I'm going to go off script a little bit for a second. So, a big thing you guys are probably concerned, so you can probably see me. We've been doing fire drills, okay? There's reasons for that. It's for your safety, okay? I want you to understand what we're expecting, what we're looking for, and so forth. First things first, though, I'd like to commend you guys. How many people here work at FRCSW? Some? Oh, we're getting boost? All right, I got 3 hands. All right, first off, just did a drill there recently, and it went off really well. And for those of you that have air horns, that use those in your buildings, any of those here? Show of hands, air horns? You guys, not everybody's using them, but is that the general procedure? Not heads. All right, so if you're using air horns, okay, respond to them. What does that mean? How do I respond? It's not an alarm, it's an air horn, okay? It's a secondary measure so that you guys can communicate, especially in places where the noise level might be high, okay? So if you hear that air horn, make sure that you're sending that message across and repeating it to the rest of the building. If there's a fire on one side of the building, you got to make sure that's communicated, okay? So I will let you know yesterday in 472, there's a dead time. It took a minute for that alarm to get across the building. That's time wasted that people get out. But the reality was the response was actually excellent, okay? And again, this is a learning curve. This isn't something you do every day, right? So we're adapting to the scenario. So I'm very happy with that, all right? What to expect if you haven't seen me? I'm probably the big bad wolf that'll be doing these. The goal is not to take you away from your job. It's not testing you as much as it is testing the system. And I hope you understand that. I'm not looking to see how fast you can run out of the building. If anything, that's going to cause the worst reaction. If you trip and fall near one of these exits, the next thing you do is you block the rest of the people from getting out of the building, which is proven by a historical thing in my profession, which is the station fire, okay? It happened up in Rhode Island in the late early 90s, okay? So this fire, basically, there were over 400 people that became fatalities over this. And a lot of it was a delay reaction. They had all the systems in place and stuff. So you want to move quickly, but you don't want to run, okay? You want to communicate to folks. How do we do that? Some people tend to scream. They think that's like a good reaction. It's a show of, hey, I know how to scream and pass the word. Well, the thing is you need to stay focused, and you want to communicate as you're exiting the building, however that is. You don't want to be running back in the building. Sometimes I've seen people that are, I'm going to look after my personnel and I'm going to rescue them. No, that person's going to be the one that's going to be left in the fire, okay? The smoke is what kills, it's not the fire, guys, okay? So you can have a building that's quietly, fully filled with smoke before you ever see the fire. And by the time you delay to get out, you're going to be part of it, okay?
I'm Adam Kimberly. I'm your FRC Southwest quality. 139 aircraft this year. Cockpit separated from the fuselage and the aircraft plummeted to the ground, leaving a smoky hole and killing everybody on board. None of us want to see that happen. 12 of the 16 blades on that aircraft were found to have corrosion on them. And the mishap investigation failure to trace back to that corrosion. The crash was a result of maintenance errors and was completely preventable. So here's a quote from the investigation. The investigation concluded that the failure to remediate corrosion pitting and intergranular cracking was due to deficiencies in the propeller blade overhaul process. Specific root causes traced back to inadequate instructions, technical publications that weren't clear and detailed enough to make sure the right tasks got done, insufficient quality assurance requirements. We weren't checking up on our work and didn't have requirements to do so. And some of that information was missing from the contract. QA verifications that did exist contained vague language and didn't properly execute those tasks. And then there was no audit program in place. The NAVAIR and the USMC never sent QA or quality control reps to review the processes at the station where these propeller blades were being overhauled. And then finally, inadequate skills and training. On-site liaison representative was not properly identified to have the correct skills for the position, nor hired with the correct skills to do the oversight requirements. So, next slide, please. We're not immune to this. We've had some similar issues here. A lot of you guys might remember back to 2016, our FRC Southwest quality incident relating to F-18 landing gear. And the subsequent, the findings of that investigation into the KC-130 mishap found similar issues to what was found here when we dove deep into our processes. Inadequate tech pubs, unclear work documentation, lack of training and development of the artisan skills to a level that we need, ineffective equipment and tooling in some cases, and insufficient process audits to identify all those issues before bad things happen. Fortunately, we caught that before we left the smoking hole in the ground. So we recently had an an AMI audit here, right? And we performed pretty well. I think you guys deserve a round of applause for your performance on that. So those improvements you guys see in the charts were hard-earned. There was a lot of hard effort that was put into those fundamental programs that build the foundation of our quality management system here. So keep up those efforts. Don't give up on it because the audit is done, and keep learning and building our skills and execution of those basic fundamental quality programs. So on top of that is the COM-FRC quality management system. I'll read you the mission statement here. The QMS mission is to foster a collaborative fleet readiness center culture where all employees from frontline artisans to senior leadership safely produce high-quality products meeting scheduled commitments. And there's this huge focus in that instruction on program and process audits, specifically targeted at those 4 COM-FRC focus areas that I've already mentioned a few times. Those tech pubs, the work documentation, artisan skills and training, and the tools, equipment, and facilities side of things. So this instruction was established in 2017, and we started rolling out what we call integrated quality teams. These are your resources in the shops, quality engineering resources that can help you guys solve problems. They're experts on root cause analysis and continuous process improvement. So when you encounter problems associated with those 4 focus areas, bring them to your integrated quality team leads and use them to help you solve those problems. So delivered quality is really the most important aspect, right? DWOs and other internal quality incidents affect our cost and on-time delivery, but the most important quality incidents we have are those that make it out to the customer. The last thing we want to do is deliver to the fleet a part that doesn't meet their requirements. Because of that, we've set goals for minimizing these non-conforming deliveries and stepped our attention to those. We're digging deeper into root cause analysis and addressing the ERARs. I know how much you guys love those things, but they're really important, and we need to use them as effective tools to help prevent these issues from recurring and learning from our mistakes. Next slide. So traditionally, we viewed our responsibilities on the industrial production side and on the engineering and compliance side to be separate. Engineering is responsible for airworthiness, and compliance is responsible for environmental and safety. And then production is responsible for getting parts out the door, meeting schedule, and meeting cost requirements. The reality is that we're all responsible for all of these, and we need to prioritize them in this order. We need to stay safe. That's why we're all here today, to really to build our help enforce our safety and environmental program, ensure we're putting out quality products while meeting on-time delivery and throughput requirements at the most affordable cost possible. Keep that in mind as you work through your responsibilities, and make sure we keep focus on those priorities in that order. So, in closing here, I want to talk a little bit about a culture of quality. The ComFRC quality management system talks about this culture of quality. What does that mean? It sounds like, you know, this kind of fluff wording, pie in the sky dream, right? It's really important. I hope you guys understand what we're striving for here. To me, it means we function as a collaborative team working together to support the fleet, appropriately prioritizing safety, the environment, quality, throughput, and cost in that order in everything we do. We need to learn to accept our failures and learn from them quickly. When we have DWOs and ERARs, let's look for permanent solutions that will prevent the next guy from making the same mistake, rather than just addressing the single person that made the mistake to begin with. And then finally, continuing to improve our processes and procedures throughout. If you guys see places where we can improve, let your supervisor know, let your IQT lead know, and if it's important enough and if it has significant enough consequences, if we don't improve, let's continue to escalate that up your chain of command. And if it comes to it, you've got a Dear Skipper letter that you can use to address those most important issues that you can't resolve otherwise. Focus on those ComFRC focus areas, and when you see issues, address them with the sources responsible for managing those. And then maintain those fundamentals in the AMI programs. Always remember, what you guys do is really important. There are members of the fleet whose lives depend on what we do every day, and I hope you guys never forget that. Thank you.
Thank you, Adam. Next, we have Ms. Sarah Salisbury, FRC Advisory Team?
Yes.
I almost messed that up, sorry.
Hey, good morning, everybody. Okay, how many people are still awake? Everybody! Okay, so what does diversity and inclusion have to do with safety? Not a whole lot, really, but the reason why I'm talking to you about it today is because one thing that we find is that word about the teams doesn't get out down to you, the worker level, and you're the folks that we want to include in things. So we thought we'd take this opportunity today, while you're here, alert, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, to tell you a little bit about the teams. Next slide, please. So, why do we have diversity advisory teams? Well, it's because over the years, the federal government has passed different laws and executive orders that has promoted different programs to attract all segments of society to our workforce, meaning our workforce should be reflective of the taxpaying public that we serve, right? And if you take a look at FRC Southwest, we are a very diverse workforce. Take a look at the person to your left. Take a look at the person to your right. Okay? So we all have different dimensions of diversity, and it's the diversity of thought that makes us different. You're all still looking at each other, right? Did everybody brush their teeth this morning and put on their deodorant before they came in? Otherwise, mabaho kili kili. If you speak Tagalog, you know what that means. Okay, so we put these teams in place. NAVAIR put the teams in place to encourage everybody to have a sense of a belonging here. So, who, what, when, where, what do we do? Well, diversity advisory teams are made up of you. They're made up of our rank and file employees. You'll see our site leads come from different areas. We've got site leads who are engineers, we've got some who are logisticians, we've got one who's a safety engineer. And our teams are made machinists to participate in our teams. So they are you. The commitment is just attend one monthly meeting per month. It's about an hour. Workload permitting, of course, but these are command-sanctioned teams, okay? Command-sanctioned events as well. There are diversity jobs available to every shop. So if you'd like to participate in something, then just ask your supervisor for permission. Some of the things that the teams do are brown bag presentations. And I'll talk a little bit more about what some of our actual teams have done. Okay, just who knows what's happening next week on Friday the 26th? Whose birthday is it? What? It's Brianna East Cannon's birthday on the 26th. But in addition to that, it is the 100th anniversary celebration. Okay? Now that's being put on by a committee throughout the command. But in addition to that, it's being co-sponsored by the diversity advisory teams. They're the ones who bring you the annual Diversity and Inclusion Day, which brings you the car show. Okay, everybody like the car show? Yeah. That's pretty cool, right? My boss over here down low has this really awesome 1957 Chevy. Hopefully it'll be on display. We've got some people with some cool rampas if you're into that car culture, and also some motorcycles and whatnot. So we do that. And then we also do diversity observances. The federal government has recognized certain special emphasis months throughout the year. For example, Asian Pacific Islander Month, Hispanic Heritage Month, Alaska Indian and Native American Heritage Month, and so forth. And so we put on learning events each month that one of these occurs. Let's see. So I'm going to go over some of the teams. First of all, we have the African American Pipeline Advisory Team, ACAP. That's headed by Priscilla Ford. This is a great team. This is one of our longest standing diversity advisory teams. Some of the things that they have done, their accomplishments include putting on our annual MLK Junior Day event. Also, they put on a health and wellness brown bagger where we've had a representative from Kaiser come out and talk to employees about ways to improve their health and well-being. Again, these are command-sanctioned events. Diversity jobs are provided if you wish to participate in one of these. Next, we have the American Indian Alaska Native team. That's headed by Ruben Bohannon and our esteemed Esteban Perez here. This is our newest team throughout NAVAIR, and currently they're working on developing partnerships with the Kumeyaay Nation here in San Diego to let people know out in our eastern part of the county the opportunities that we have available here in FRC Southwest. The Asian American Pacific Islander team is led by Michael Lee and KT. And some of the things that they have done is they've hosted resume writing workshops. They also had a presentation on I-mentoring. So these are things, if you'll see, some of these activities that are performed, they're designed for everybody. They're open to everybody. And the purpose of these activities are to help you with developing your career, okay? So that you want to stay employed here at FRC Southwest. Next. We have the Hispanic Engagement Action Team. They held a workshop on career progression in the production area. We had a couple of the heads. We had Mr. Greg Crabb and Freddie Ascension come out and talk to the teams about different career paths and how to move forward in 6-2. Okay, so that impacts a lot of you, and that was an informational session on how to get ahead. Also, they had a basic finance brown bag where people talked about, you know, what they're doing with their TSP and things like that. The lead for that is Emily Escalante, one of our engineers. The Individuals with Disabilities Action Team is a team that anybody can be a member of this demographic. Okay, we may all come to work here. You know, we heard something about hearing conservation. We may begin our careers here with perfect hearing, but due to different things that happen in life, we may lose some of our hearing. Or any one of us could be involved in an accident at some time in our life and become paralyzed or have some other disabling condition that comes. So this impacts everybody. But what this team does is they look at trying to increase the number of individuals with disabilities within our workforce. Because once again, we should be reflective of the nation that we serve. Okay, so we should increase the number. then, let's see, they're working on doing some outreach to communities, whether it's with disabled veterans, vocational rehab, or resource centers at local colleges so that we can increase those numbers. And they're also working on putting together a workshop on eliminating barriers that we might have, our own internal biases to hiring somebody with a disability. Jacqueline Tanner is the lead for that. Next we have the LGBTQ+A team. That stands for Lesbian, Gay, Bisexual, and Transgender, Queer Questioning Plus Allies team. It's a big name to say. But this team is for conducted North Island Pride here in the theater last year. It was a fantastic event. And currently, they're conducting an art show of your work. So we have employees here who have different artistic abilities, and so the team thought it would be really nice for people to show pride in their work. So we currently have something going on in building 334 on the second floor. There's artwork that has been created by our employees, so stop by when you get a chance to take a look at that. It's there until the 26th. Mark Weir is the site lead for that. Then we have, lastly, the Women's Initiative Network, or the WIN. They do a lot of great things. This team puts on, they've done twice already, a Walking with Leaders program, where once again, during your work time, you can participate in this event where we meet over at the Quay Wall, and we have a selected group of leaders throughout the command who are interested in mentoring, who will walk with employees and talk. They'll answer questions that you have about your career development or their experiences, what worked for them. They've also held a speed mentoring event where employees can come in, and once again, different folks who have agreed to be mentors have sat down and met, like it's like speed dating. We've got 5 minutes, you meet with a mentor and talk about career goals and to see if there's a match, to see if you want to pick up a mentor. Nicole Hicks is the site lead for that. Next slide. So everybody is welcome to participate in this. You don't have to be a member of any particular demographic to take advantage of this. These teams are not exclusive of straight white males. You may participate in this as well, okay? Everybody is welcome. Next one. Okay, so lastly, I just want to leave you with, you know, we all come from different backgrounds. We all have different life experiences. Even if you're from the same demographic as your coworker, your life experiences are all unique, and they make you who you are, and they make you think differently and approach problems differently. And that's why it's important for us to value the diversity and include everybody in our command, because it makes us stronger. It makes us more innovative because we're looking at things from different perspectives. So, so I encourage you all to attend. As you leave, if you're interested in participating in any of these, we've got at the front entrance, Priscilla Ford. We have over by the bowling alley, Keon Marshall. Everybody know Keon Marshall, big buff dude? Or Corey Carr, his best friend. They're out there, and they'll be passing out information sheets on the meeting schedules and the different teams. And you can ask them for more questions if you have any questions. Thanks a lot, guys. Thanks for staying awake.
Thank you, Ms. House. How many of you trying to see me come up here? Yeah, no, there's more in your line. There's more. All right, so we're almost there. We're almost there. Our next presenter is Mr. Javier Trujillo from the Safety Office, and he will be presenting fall protection.
Good morning, everybody. So usually when we get here, we talk about fall protection, we talk about harnesses, we talk about pre-ops, everything else. So this time we're going to change it up. We're going to put out the information that you guys never hear about until it happens. And this is what happens behind the scenes. This is all the platforms that are being on order for the last year and a half or so, and the funnel is starting to trickle them through now. So they're showing up at a lot of the bases and also here. Daniel Gutierrez is the responsible person for helping us bring all this on bases. So I'll let him go through each slide. He'll talk about the platforms and the locations of these platforms. Thank you.
manufacturing, the procurement, and the delivery of all these stands for the entire Southwest. Next. What you see here is over the last year and a half, we've been working with various manufacturers across the country, which includes FRC Southwest. In the next couple months, Lamar will take delivery of 8 sets of the wraparound stands for the F-18 Super Hornet. Below is the stands that we commissioned FRC Southwest to manufacture for us, and North Island will take delivery of 2 sets of these over the next couple months. Next. What these stands do is they're specific built for depot level maintenance. They'll give the artisans access all around the wings, the fuselage, and the intent of these is to try to eliminate the SRDs that are currently being used in Building 94. Next. In some cases, maintenance event has restrictions, and the hangars have limited space. So we identified a product that fits those requirements and allow artisans to still get up on top of the aircraft safely. And that's what this tub build does. Over the last year, we procured 10 of them, and over the next year, we're going to procure 8 more. These have met all the requirements and provided artisan safe access throughout the Southwest. Next. In the last year and a half, we have procured and overseen the manufacture and delivery of 6 wraparound stands for the H-60 program here at North Island. Recently, we just delivered 1 to K-Bay. Over the next 2 years, we'll see delivery of 12 more sets of these. Next. In the next week, we'll see delivery of wraparound stand for the AH-1 Zulu in Camp Pendleton, and in FY20, we'll see delivery of 2 more. This is exciting because this is a stand that has been in the works for the last 9 months, and we finally see it come to fruition in delivery over the next week. Next. This is another exciting stand. This is a stand that is being developed for depot level work, and we are projected to get delivery of this in September, and this is specifically for depot level work with E2 wraparound. This will replace some existing stands, in addition provide new stands and access. So we're going to take delivery of 1 here in North Island and another at Point Lagoon. Next. This stand is a specific build to replace existing LM2500 engine build-up stands. This will give new features and address all safety and OSHA requirements. And this is another exciting stand because it fits within the same footprint that we currently have, and that program is limited with space within their workspace of the engine build-up. Next. What this slide does is it shows you the behind the scenes of over the last 2 years what we have developed to deliver for FY19 and 20. What this slide does is it shows you all the various locations and programs that we've been working on. So here's some simple statistics. We have worked with 10 programs providing new stands for 7 aircraft frames, and worked with 6 manufacturers over 5 states concurrently. That's right now, we have 6 manufacturers all over the country building us stands. We just can't get them delivered fast enough. And over the next year, you'll start seeing all this come to fruition and start being delivered.
All right, so you got it, you see it, it's going to be coming in, like you said, next week. We have some stands coming here for Pendleton. They have to come here first so we can inventory them and then get them up to Pendleton. So this has been hard for a team of us. It's not just Daniel and I. We even went to the Ventura Sheriff's County Police Station to look at some stands that they had because it was something that we could use. So that's helping with all this. So again, you'll start seeing this stuff come in. Our goal is to get you guys out of the harnesses. The harnesses with the inspections, with the AMIs, everything else, pre-ops, are in our best interest to